Hi there, I am Bethany Londyn, founder of healthAddiKt and the Mainstream Mission, where we are taking the alternative out of alternative care. We are looking to raise consciousness around health and well-being, and we're bringing to you stories from different people that have different backgrounds, whether it's a doctor or fitness expert or someone that's cured themselves through stretching. There are so many different unique and alternative methods that people aren't even aware of. And so we're here to share that journey with you. And I'm so excited that you've come to listen. And please share if this supports you with your people, because everyone deserves to hear these amazing messages of people taking on their health. So thank you again.
No. All right. Hello, everybody. Bethany Londyn here with healthAddiKt, and I have the beautiful Dr. Tracy Ransome with us, who I just got to experience her type of chiropractic care. And let me tell you, it is nothing like normal, nothing. But I will tell you that in this moment, my spine actually feels more fluid. Like I feel like I need to dance or something.
Oh, yeah.
To get it moving, like, yeah. So I just got home from seeing her and like on the car, it was like, it's shifting. I could feel the shifts happening.
That is awesome. I love hearing that. Yay.
Yes. So I've got to ask you before we dive into exactly what kind of chiropractic this is, how did you end up going from regular chiropractic care that we all know of to this?
That is a good question. So, I was big into sports. I played Division I lacrosse in college, but I really didn't have a lot of experience with chiropractic care. And so, after university, I moved up to New York City, and I was in New York for 5 years, and then I moved out to LA. And when I moved out to LA, I really, my body, mind, spirit connection and my growth in that area really took off. And I was actually introduced to network spinal analysis in a pretty unusual way. And it really just turned my world upside down in an amazing way. And I had really never experienced anything like it. And I was just so blown away and was just like, well, what do I have to do this? And they were like, chiropractic school. And I was like, okay, here we go. So I really didn't have a lot of experience with traditional chiropractic before I started chiropractic school. Network spinal analysis, which is the name of the type of chiropractic that I practice, was my inspiration for going to chiropractic school.
Wow. So were you trained on the regular that we all know of?
Yeah.
As well. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it's so funny because I met Tracy through another girlfriend of mine, yet I recognized her because another friend of mine had worked with her as well and was totally praising her work. And even when I was hearing him talk about you, I had no idea what was about to happen.
Right. Yeah.
So, So I just have to share with everyone, like, my experience of this is it's like breathing to the touch. And really, like, if you've heard of yoga nidra, which is like listening to or feeling into, now we feel our toes, now to our ankles and our calves and just working up. It's really like connecting your mind and breathing with every single part of your body. And this kind of reminded me of that because through touch and breathing, you start to basically loosen up your body, I guess is how I would describe it.
Yeah, you did a great job of describing it. And it takes a while for people to kind of wrap their minds around what's happening. I remember when I got introduced to it, the person that introduced me to it was like, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's changed my life. And like the person that introduced him was like, I don't know how to describe it, but you have to do it. So, but after years of studying the work and receiving it and going to chiropractic school, it's, all of that is helped me to be able to describe it in a way that people can understand. I do the best that I can. And you did a great job of describing it as well.
Right.
Yeah. So, it's basically, it's a gentle touch. It's a very unique type of chiropractic. It's a gentle form and it's very powerful. And it's a gentle touch that helps people move from any form of fight, flight, or tension or constriction in the body. We all are running here and running there these days and experiencing some form of stress. And when we're in that stress mode, the sympathetic nervous system is running the show. And the sympathetic is that fight, flight, stress mode. And when that's happening, our energy is actually going towards certain things, like our muscles are tensing up, our heart is beating faster, our lungs are working harder. And this gentle touch helps to lower that sympathetic tone and engage more of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for healing, for higher thought, for reproduction, for digestion. Because our bodies are so smart. When we're in stress mode, our bodies are like, okay, it's not time to heal.
Handle that section.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. It's like survival mode. Like, okay, not time to heal, not time to get pregnant, not time to digest food. And so this is a gentle touch that helps people bring breath all the way through their body and start to be more aware of what's happening in their body, their mind, and their spirit. So it's about increasing the awareness of what's happening moment by moment.
Right. And I love that. I've done lots of workshops, and I'm all about like listening to our body. And I've talked before about how I ended up doing this. I had a startup and a different startup. And I went into this 3-day mind body workshop. Like, it was hardly any talking. It was all about listening to your body. And I come out and I start working on my startup, and all I feel is heat. And I'm like, what is going on? And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go take a walk, come back. Every time I went to my computer, I started feeling this like insane amount of heat. And I'm like, has my body been doing this the whole entire time, telling me to stop? Basically, like, this is not healthy. This isn't for you right now. You're out of like whatever the message is. It was stop. And so our bodies so often are talking to us, and we are not listening.
Yes, you and I are in agreement about that.
So it's all about like, I feel like this is a whole nother way of connecting yourself to what's really going on and getting like even more finite about like exactly what's going on.
Totally. Yeah. And, and really I've come to learn just how important our energy levels are. So in network, we talk about energy poor, energy neutral, and energy rich. And so when you're full of energy, that influences your thoughts, your behaviors, your consciousness level. And there's a challenge and you're full of energy and you're like, all right, I got this. Let's do this, But when we're in an energy poor state, even like a small thing can seem like so huge, It's like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. So it's about energy as resource and helping people tap into the unlimited amount of energy that they have access to. Already. And with that, you can use that energy to create the life of your dreams. And that's really, that's amen. That's what I'm passionate about. Because it's like, through this work, I've realized we have the capability of feeling amazing in our bodies. And there's no ceiling to the amazingness. And there's no basement to the level of depth of healing that can happen. Like the healing, like the pulling away the layers of the onion. When you feel like you healed a situation and then a year later you go back to it and you get it in like a whole other level.
Yes.
So I love that. I'm like, we're never going to get bored because there's no ceiling and there's no basement. So
what are like some of the results that people are having when they work with you?
Yeah. So also I want to give a shout out to Dr. Danny Epstein, who's the founder of this work.
Okay.
Yeah, he is a friend and mentor of mine. I'm actually going to see him this weekend in Denver. Um, so I'm super grateful for him for creating the work, and super grateful to be able to practice it. And so some of the things that the results that I see with people is, number one, everyone feels more relaxed, more centered. It's so beautiful watching people sit up after a session. I'm like, oh my gosh.
What kind of magic did I just do?
Yeah. And I mean, and it's amazing because it's like, it's really the person that tensed up in the first place is the best person to process that tension. And so really I'm just guiding that process. And so I love that this work is really empowering for people, and empowering in a sense of realizing what role we play. What's that? Are you there?
And we're back.
Okay, good. Okay, what
I love that this work is very empowering for people.
Yes, yeah. So people can, we start to realize our role in tensing up, but we also then, this work gives strategies for in that moment for being with that and allowing yourself to open back up. So really it's like, it's a moment by moment choice between fear and constriction and closing, or love and opening and surrendering. And so I find that, when you look at the word disease, it's dis-ease.
Right.
So a body that's not at ease is more vulnerable to disease. And also, the best thing for disease is ease.
Right.
And so, so in that whole process of learning to be more aware of your body, mind, spirit connection, and bring more ease to the body, allow the body to heal. People that have had headaches find that, that those no longer are happening after care. I mean, that's what happened to me as well. I used to have migraines. And then when I started receiving the care, I no longer had migraines. It's like that. The way I look at it is like, there's lots of different forms of stress. There's physical stress, emotional, mental, nutritional, environmental. And if the threshold is really high in all those areas, just a little thing can send someone over into injury or into disease. And so this work helps to lower the physical, the emotional, the mental stress. And so you find that you can handle more without experiencing, those symptoms that you used to have. Yeah. So, and that applies to headaches, to back pain, and really to anything. Because what we're starting to discover is that, some form of stress, all the ones I just mentioned, is the source of diseases, dis-ease, most
Completely.
diseases. Yeah. And so, this is, we're helping this to become more a part of the culture, because currently it's not really a part of the culture, mainstream culture. And so one of the things that we talk about in Network is this idea of restorative versus reorganizational healing. So the typical model is restorative healing. Hey, doc, I have this pain, fix it so I can go back to the life I was living before. So I can go back to work and do what I was doing before. Well, we go, okay, well, hold up. We don't really want that, because if you go, if you go back to the life you were living before and you do it the same way, you're going to have those same symptoms. So basically in Network, we talk about reorganizational healing. Let's get that wisdom from the body, like you were talking about, the body as a dashboard, the body as giving us feedback. Let's get that wisdom from that pain, make the changes that we need to make, reorganize to the next level of existence. And those symptoms just naturally fall away. Not in a way of trying to get rid of, because we know now that what we resist persists. So when something's happening, we want to fully be with it, get that wisdom, fully process it, and then we're ready to, to move to the next level.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, for everybody out there listening, I mean, we're really here about presenting new ways of healing ourselves. And so for people that aren't in Manhattan Beach, the beautiful Manhattan Beach,
yeah,
nearby, how can they start to incorporate some of these things that you're talking about into their life?
Yeah. So
and I know you have a program you said coming out as well.
Online. I do. Yeah. So
we'll put all that in the show notes, but yeah.
Okay, great. So along with the network spinal analysis, which is a form of chiropractic, there's something called somato-respiratory integration or body breath integration. And these are exercises that people can do on their own to achieve similar results. And so I teach those in the office. And then I also created an online program so that way anyone could have access to it. And what I was thinking would be great is if we just did that exercise right now for a couple minutes. Do you want to do that? And you and I did it a little bit earlier, but it would be great just to give that as a gift, like a tangible, like you can do this. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, okay. So we're going to start
sitting up straight.
Yeah. You can be seated or standing, or laying down when you do this. And the hands are palm over palm like this. And we're going to start right below the collarbones in the center. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes and we're going to take a breath in the nose, out the mouth, right into this area right under our hands. So let's all do that together. So go ahead and take a breath in the nose, out the mouth. Just checking in, what is it like to breathe into this spot here? Let's do another breath. Okay, great. So now we're going to move down to the middle spot, which is right over the solar plexus. So if you feel where your ribs come together, right below that, where it's nice and soft, and I'll just kind of show everybody right there. Yeah. So we're going to put our hands there, palm over palm, and now we'll take a breath right into this area, in the nose, out the mouth. And one more breath. In the nose, out the mouth. Okay, great. And then the bottom spot is right over the belly button. Easy to find. So now we're going to take a breath in there, in the nose, out the mouth. Checking into that area. And one more breath. Okay, great. So now we go, okay, which area was the easiest to breathe into? Where did I feel the most connected? And which area was more challenging? So for me, my belly button was the easiest. How about you?
Yeah, it was my belly button.
Okay.
This was the hardest.
Yeah, that one for me too. Okay, so we're going to start with the easiest, which for Bethany and I was our belly buttons, but for anyone watching, could be either of the three areas, and it can change. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a breath in and we're just going to be with whatever we're experiencing here. And we're going to allow a sound. And as I was saying to Bethany earlier, sound is like an amazing life hack for allowing your body to process any emotion or any experience and then to basically process it and relax afterwards. So I'll just show you guys what it's like. So we're going to take a breath in right to that area and then allow a sound. And another breath with sound. Okay, cool. So let's do it together.
Okay.
So go ahead, take a breath in, connect to that area, allow a sound. Okay, good. And another breath with sound. And now a breath without the sound, just noticing. Okay, great. So now we're going to move to that area that was a little more challenging. So for us, it was up here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a breath in, and we're just going to be with whatever we're experiencing here, whether it's tightness that's keeping us from breathing fully. We're going to just totally be with it, and then we're going to allow a sound. So for me, it would be like this. So it's not the prettiest sound.
I know this is funny. And she described it as flossing in the air earlier.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, it's like flossing that area. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like just allowing whatever sound to come out. And we were talking about how kids are so amazing at this. Something happens and they're like, "Ah!" And then they're over it and they're up and they're playing. Versus as adults, there have been times when we're taught like, oh no, you can't do that right now. And we hold it in, and that takes our energy. So we're coming back and we're just accessing that tension, and we're just allowing the sound. And I find that people that do SRI that come into the office see the quickest results because they're doing this on their own, moment by moment. When they feel that tension, constriction happen, they're stopping, dropping, and SRIing. And so they see the quickest results. And it's kind of like greater the risk, greater the reward as far as the sound. It can be a little like weird at first, but as soon as you start to feel like how you can really breathe in that area afterwards, like for me, as soon as I started feeling that, I was just like, all right, whatever, I'll make whatever sound I need to make because I feel so much better.
Right.
Okay, so let's do it.
Okay. Everybody join.
So go ahead and take a breath right under your hands. Go into that tension, allow a sound. Okay, good. Let's do that again. And now take a breath without the sound. And one more breath. SRI stage 1.
There you go.
Oh my God, it's so good. So good. So there's 12 different exercises that go along with the different seasons of care in network care. And the different seasons are discover, transform, awaken, and integrate. So in discover, which we just did, we're just taking the attention from out here and discovering our body, mind, spirit connection on a new level, discovering how we do us and really being honest with ourselves and how we live our lives, how that affects our body, our mind, and our spirit. Then transform, we start to take any stored tension and use it for fuel. So the energy of transform is very different. You really feel like you're tapped into your true power. So it's really helpful if you're moving towards a goal or you have dreams that you want to make a reality. Transform will help you get there. It's, increased mental focus and clarity and power. And then from there, and this is like a whole healing journey. So then from there, you get to a place where you have hardly any tension in your body and you feel your connection to yourself so strongly, you start to feel your connection to everyone and everything. And that's the season of awaken. And it's this increased love, increased bliss, increased connection. And it was when I first experienced that I was like, oh, okay, what is this? What do I have to do this? Like, oh my gosh, I caught a glimpse of how this can affect the world, because the more people that are in fight flight, the more you can understand why there's war. Like, oh, this is mine, he did that, she did that, the countries experiencing that. But the more we open up and we feel our connection and we really get who we really are, these divine beings having a human experience, the more we're expanded, the more we can feel how what we do impacts others. And if we can feel their hurt. And so we naturally want to take care of people.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. So that made all the daily exams of chiropractic school worth it.
Yes.
Yeah. And so then that leads us to integrate, which is we don't get to a place where we're like, oh, I'm awakened and never another care in the world, because we're here having a human experience. So something happens, we feel ourselves go into discover, but now we have the awareness of what's happening. And so we can fully be with what's happening. We can allow ourselves to feel those emotions, knowing that there's more to come. Right. That, I now have all these tools in my tool belt, and I know where I am, but I also know where I want to go. So I'm fully with where I'm at, which then naturally leads into the next stage of healing. And so it's this whole, expansion, constriction, and sometimes
flow, allowing, give.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're rewarded by how much energy we give to others, because we feel so good. Then we help someone else feel good, and then it's like, whoa! Now I'm feeling them feeling good. I'm feeling good, and it's like this double amazingness. So that's why it always feels good to help other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how pure this is for you. Like it is really like. So many people are up to doing something because of they want something. Like this is like, I love how for you, this is like really, it's about like a mission and connection. And I love that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for seeing that. And, and the beautiful thing is that, like I just said, it's one thing to feel amazing in your body, but then when you help other people feel amazing, it's double the amazingness. So
totally,
the giving and the receiving just melds together.
Yes.
So
it's rewarding.
So I'm grateful.
Oh yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And awesome. Well,
thank you.
And for sharing, with me. I appreciate that.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
It was really cool to I would say work with you, but I like the word play instead of work. To play with you.
I love it. Fun. Yeah. And thanks for sharing with everybody on the audience that's listening. And if you are just listening through iTunes or your podcast, feel free to jump on to healthAddiKt.com and you can see the actual video, what we're doing, because we're recording it right now. But yeah, so in the show notes, we'll tag everything. So send me. Great. You don't have the actual class yet, or you do?
It is. Yeah, it's all up. It's all up on my website. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So all that will be in the show notes. And yeah, this is great. I love it. Just completely new.
Yeah, new is
stuff.
New is exciting. Yeah, it's like
very exciting.
What else is out there? No limit.
I know. There's so many things, you guys, to heal your body that's not normal Western stuff, and that is what we're doing.
Yes, and all you have to do is ask. That's the cool thing. Like, Dr. Donnie Epstein, my friend and mentor, he says, the quality of your life is based on the quality of the questions that you ask. Because when you ask a question, then the universe steps in with an answer.
Yeah. I love it. Yes. So for all our spiritual people,
yes,
you'll get that. For everybody else, just try it.
Right. Yeah.
See what happens.
One of those good questions is, how does it get better than this? How does it get better than this?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good takeaway. How does it get better than this, people? All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you were as inspired as I was for that last message. So powerful, so powerful. And remember, if you have friends and family that also have powerful messages, we want to get them out. They deserve to be heard because we all learn from each other, and there are so many unique ways of healing ourselves that doctors don't even know about. I don't even know about until someone shares with me. So support the mainstream mission. Let's show everyone that there is another way, and let's crush the word alternative so that it's care. We are just being in self-care and proactive about our health, which is our wealth, and yeah, that's what it's all about here at at Health Addict and the Mainstream Mission. So please share. And thank you so much again for joining us. And we'll talk to you on the next one. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.